Here's a question for you. Did you know that over 90% of our daily thoughts are repetitive? And many of them are negative. Think about that for a moment. How many of those negative thoughts have shaped how you see yourself or what you believe is possible? Let me share something with you. When I was born, doctors told my parents, "Your son may never walk." I was far too young to understand those words, but I believe they left a deep mark on my parents. Instead of feeling hope or determination, they seemed to carry guilt and shame about how I turned out. As a child, I didn't feel their patience or love as I fought with an ounce of strength to move forward. What I felt instead was their disappointment. I couldn't fully understand why, but I could sense that they believed something was wrong with me. But I refused to let that stop me. I taught myself to walk, sliding along the walls and bumping my way down the stairs on my behind because my legs were too weak. It wasn't easy, but I was determined to play and run like every other child. Eventually, I came to accept that wasn't going to be possible. At least not in the same way as them. Years later, I completed the Tely 10, a 10-mile road race, defying every expectation. I even managed to finish ahead of other people. So now, I'd like you to join me, take a deep breath, and to realize you're not alone in this. That's the beauty of being here today. We're sharing this moment, learning how to transform those limiting beliefs into something powerful. Let's take this time together today for an impactful part of your journey. As we go along, if something vibrates with you, drop a note in the chat. If a memory or insight comes to mind, jot it down. This is your space to reflect and connect. There are many strategies to help us develop resilience. Today, I'll share 3 of these. So let's begin by looking at the stories we carry, because if we don't change those stories, we'll keep living the same chapters. Let me repeat that again for those in the back. If we don't change those stories, we'll keep living the same chapters. Strategy number 1, reframe your narrative. For years, I carried a story that wasn't mine. It echoed in my head. You'll never amount to anything. You're just a disabled welfare bum. I heard it at home, at school, even from people I trusted, and I believed it. Every word of it. I let those words sink into my bones until the day that they felt like truth. I carried them into every room I entered, letting them decide what I deserved. But one day, after hitting rock bottom, I realized something. My life wasn't over. It was stuck on repeat because I kept replaying the same false story. That day, I made a decision. I would no longer let other people's words define my future. It didn't happen overnight. I started by writing down the lies I had been told. I stared at them on the page. These stories that weren't serving me. And then I rewrote them. You're not enough became you're more than enough. You'll never succeed became you're capable of greatness. I am broken became I am unbreakable. So are you. And slowly, as my words changed, so did my life. What about you? What's the story you've been carrying? Take a moment to write it down. Maybe it's one someone told you, or maybe it's one you've told yourself. Now, rewrite it. If you feel comfortable, you can share it in the chat. When you take control of your narrative, you take control of your life. When you take control of your narrative, you take control of your life. The words you chose and choose today will shape the reality you're living tomorrow. But even the most powerful story needs support. It needs structure, just like a house needs a strong foundation. That's where resilience tools come in. Tools can hold you steady while life feels overwhelming. So strategy number 2 is build a resilience toolbox. Think of resilience as a skill, a muscle that grows stronger the more you use it, but no one builds a strong foundation without tools. When I hit my lowest point, I felt like I was standing in the middle of a storm, cold, exposed, and battered by relentless winds. That's when I started building what I now call my resilience toolbox. The first tool I added was gratitude. At first, I could only manage small things. I woke up today. I have shoes to wear. Someone smiled at me today. Every one of these felt like a tiny flicker of warmth in an otherwise freezing world. Gratitude doesn't just change your mindset. It's like a fire that warms your heart and lights your path forward. The second tool was connection. During my darkest days, a friend who refused to let me disappear reached out. They connected with me, and it was like a lifeline, pulling me out of quicksand and onto solid ground. The third tool was self-compassion. I spent years tearing myself down. Each failure felt like a weight down on my chest. But one day I said to myself, Sheldon, it's okay to fall. It's not okay to stop trying. So what tools are you in your resilience toolbox? What tools can you add to your resilience toolbox? Once again, if you'd like, you can drop your answers in the chat. Gratitude, connection, self-compassion? Which one speaks to you the most? It's amazing to see how these tools connect differently for each of us. That's the power of a resilience toolbox. It's personal and it evolves with you. But tools alone aren't enough. It's not what you have, it's how you use it. It's not what you have, it's what you do with what you have. Let's talk about how small, consistent actions can turn these tools into life-changing habits. So the third and final strategy I'll discuss here today, take aligned action. Years ago, I stood outside a pub, staring at the door. The smell of beer hit me, sharp and sour, and the pull of my addiction was strong. My palms felt sweaty, and my heart was racing. Everything inside me screamed, "Go inside!" But something deeper inside me whispered, "Take one small step further." That day, I didn't walk into the pub. Instead, I walked away. As I stepped away, the cool evening air brushed against my face.